Barley. History of barley. Barley was first domesticated from the Hordeum spontaneum plant in around 8000 BCE. There is evidence of cultivation from 5000 BCE in Egypt, 3000 BCE in northwest Europe, 2350 BCE in Mesopotamia, and 1500 BCE in China. Barley was first introduced to America in the early 17th century by European colonists. It is considered a founder crop of Old World agriculture, and it is one of the first cultivated grains of the Fertile Crescent. Barley is commonly used for forage and grazing. Most producers use 6-row barley because it is high in protein and better suited for animal feed. It is also considered the chief bread plant of the Hebrews, Greeks, and Romans during the 16th century. It is used for cereal grain production, as a cover crop, and as a nurse or companion crop. Barley is also used as a base for brewing. It has an important part in the fermentation process of the distilling process. They use 2-row barley because it has a higher sugar content. Barley is commonly found in beer, malts, whiskey, scotch, and other alcohols. Barley is also used for weed control and pest management.
Barley has the scientific name Hordeum vulgare. This grass crop has strong, long, finger-like awns that stick out beyond the end of the plant. The first awns at the base of the plant extend beyond the end and are well organized. In order to picture a barley seed, think about what it makes: alcohol. When you buy alcohol at the store, it's often in a paper bag. The seed looks like a bottle of alcohol wrapped tightly in a paper bag with all the air sucked out. When classifying barley, we classify it as a monocot. It has an annual lifespan, is a cool season crop, and is commonly known as either a grass crop or a cereal grain. Two fun facts about barley is there are over 30 species of barley, with the most common being Hordeum vulgare, and it is rich in soluble fiber that can help lower cholesterol.
There are multiple ways barley can be sown. The two most common ways to sow this cool season annual is by drilling and broadcasting. The more controlled way to sow barley is by drilling it. This can be done with a conventional box drill or an air seeder. Broadcasting makes sowing barley possible when conditions are too wet to drill. The two main types of barley are winter and spring barley. This difference is important when considering the planting population and planting date. Winter barley is planted in the fall, whereas spring barley is planted in late winter to early spring. Planting populations also vary depending on the environment and yearly rainfall. Barley is generally planted at a population of anywhere from 500,000 to 1.2 million seeds an acre, depending on the farmer's goal. There are many things to consider when thinking about fertilizing barley. Many farmers put down a starter fertilizer either at planting or before planting. This gives the young plants important nutrients to emerge, establish strong root systems, and grow. Once the plant grows, farmers will monitor plant health and sometimes add fertilizer either once again or many times. Fertilizer has the ability to significantly boost crop health as well as increase the potential yield. Nitrogen will tend to be the significant nutrient that will be in the fertilizer mix. During the growth process, there are potential dangers the plant may face. The potential dangers are diseases, pests, and competition from weeds. A few common diseases barley faces are barley yellow dwarf and rust. A common way to prevent barley from being susceptible to these is to apply a fungicide. Along with these diseases, pests can also pose as a danger to barley. To combat insects, farmers can apply pesticide chemicals to eliminate the pests. The last threat to barley is weeds. Weeds can compete by stealing moisture and nutrients. Technology has an answer to weed problems, which is herbicide chemicals that target specific weeds, especially cool season broadleaf plants that creep into barley fields. Taking care of these issues is vital to ensure a harvestable barley crop.
So when harvesting barley, you'll know it's ready to harvest is when the stalks are gold. It looks almost like wheat. So that's when you know you can harvest. It can be either swath or it could be by combine. If you're swathing it, obviously it's going to be most likely used for hay, for cattle or other animals. And by combine, you're obviously just harvesting the grain. The uses of barley, so most people know that it can be used for alcoholic beverages. A lot of people use it for food, for examples, bread, stew, and other things like that. It can also be used for animal feed, of course. There are also some health benefits from barley. You can lower your cholesterol, lower your blood sugar, and lower insulin levels. It is also said to help with lowering your blood pressure and helping with bowel movement. Here are some production numbers from 2023. In the state of Kansas, the quantity in bushels was 145,000 bushels, which is 29 bushels per acre, and with a value of $798,000. In the United States, it was 4.1 million metric tons, which is the quantity, and the value was $684,349,040. And then your global quantity was 143.37 million metric tons with a value of 2.39305 times 10. So that's a lot. And here's our works cited, all the sources that we use for this presentation. Thank you.